15.5 feet tall. Hello, peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Humble Servant Homestead. Guys, today I am actually out here measuring the tallest corn inside of our little cornfield here. Now, guys, I am telling you, these corn here is almost as if they are trying to reach the heavens. I'm telling you, they are super tall. Now, when I did a little bit of research on these corn, they say they're supposed to get right at about 8 feet to 10 feet tall. And like I said, this corn right here is right at about 15.5 feet tall. Camera lady, just go on back and just give a shot.
I'm trying to
Let
get
them see how these corn here is towering over my head.
Ooh,
Okay, and just so I can hold my hand
hold your hands up.
so y'all can see what is going on. And guys, I am telling you, like I always say, that I am thankful. I am always thankful because guess what? All I did, I came on out here, put my hand to the plow, and I leave the rest in the hands of the Most High. And as y'all can see, hey, it is growing. They are growing like crazy. Now we'll talk a little bit about these corn here. Right now they are actually in that process of putting on ears, okay, and they are also tasseling, and it's a lot of pollen actually been falling. And so we'll go on over here on this side where quite a bit of them tasseled out, and also ears coming on in the silk. Okay, so come on, so we'll talk a little bit more about these corn here. Okay, guys, and so right here we have some corn that is actually going to silk, as y'all can see. Now, this silk right here, what happens, the tassel all the way up top, it drop pollen and it fall on the silk,
Oh,
and
you can see
that
some right by your
is,
hand.
yes, and I'll show you some also on the blades of the corn. And that is how once the pollen fall down onto the silk, that is how your corn get pollinated. So for every kernel that is inside of the corn, there is a silk for that kernel. Okay, so you keep that in mind. Now, what I want to go ahead and show you is, I don't know if y'all can see, but there is quite a bit of pollen dust right here on these corn leaves here. I don't know if y'all can see it.
The lighting. Kind of, sort of, we can.
But nonetheless,
there we go.
okay. But that's what it is. And so throughout the day, once the breeze blow, a lot of that pollen fall all over onto the silk. And so right here we have one that actually bend over. I'm going ahead and shake it real quick so that way you guys can see. Come on in a little bit closer. I don't know if y'all be able to see it. Well, I don't see any myself, so I don't think y'all will see any. But nonetheless, so what we have been doing with this process here for these corn, remember, you want to come on in and fertilize your corn at least 3 times, okay? In the first step, when you come on out and plant, well, when you come and work the dirt, you want to go ahead and put your fertilizer inside of the dirt. Then you plant your seed, and that gives your corn a bit of a jump start, okay? Now you want to come back on in that second time to fertilize those corn. Once they reach right at about knee high, you want to go ahead and put a little bit more fertilizer to give them a boost. Now remember, corn love lots of nitrogen, and so it won't affect it at all, okay? And remember, what we are using here to fertilize these corn is all natural fertilizer, okay? And so we'll come on in, and what we'll do right at about 4 inches, we'll make a little furrow, and we'll go ahead and put our fertilizer on into that furrow, and we'll get our hoe and we'll cover it back on over. Now, also, like I said, remember, we have the beans planted with the corn, and that right there, guys, is to save space so that way we can get the most out of this area right here. Okay, and so with us coming in and fertilizing those corn with the nitrogen, actually it doesn't really affect the beans, because even in that stage when you do plant your beans, you can actually put a little bit of nitrogen on your beans. Now remember, your bean is a nitrogen fixer. Yes, it is, but it don't release that nitrogen in the first, like it's planted right here now, it's not releasing that nitrogen. It has to actually go through its growing process. It dies back, and actually when you pull up those roots, you can see those little bitty nitrogen ball inside of the ground once you pull them on up, and that is how it releases the nitrogen into the ground for the next growing season. Okay, so that you want to keep that in mind right there. But nonetheless, so far it is looking real good. We'll actually take you guys on up here where we have a couple of ears that swell up pretty big, and so let's go on down here. And so right here we have one. It's not quite ready just as yet, but we will keep an eye on that one right there. And we do have a couple more right here, which you do feel a bit full, but I'll probably give it a couple more days. Now, once you see your corn go to silk and starting to put on those ears, now what you want to keep in mind, once it come on out, even though you're not going to come out here and check all of them because they all don't go to silk at the same time, but right in around 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, that corn will be ready right here. Okay, now if you all are just planting corn in a small raised bed, typically you won't really be able to get that much corn inside of your raised bed. So what you want to do to kind of help to pollinate your corn in your raised bed, simply because you don't have that much planted like we do here, sometime you would want to come on out and just shake that corn right there so that pollen can go ahead and fall down on the silk. All right, but guys, I hope and I pray that it was very informational to you guys, and remember, get on outside, get in the dirt and plant something. Fall is approaching, and so of course, get your seeds together, whatever it is that you are going to be planting for the fall, so that way y'all can have your fall garden ready. Okay, but so far, guys, we actually are running into a little bit of issue down here with our beans. Okay, so what's been going on here is we have those little jackrabbits, and it's actually right around this time right here that they come on out. And so we'll see what we're going to do to take care of that issue. I think I might have to bring out little Rusty.
Yeah.
Okay, bring Rusty on out, and maybe we might take you guys along with us on that right there. Just stay tuned, okay? But nonetheless, guys, that is it right there for these corn. I'm telling you, this is actually our first time planting this variety, the Jimmy Red corn. Okay, it's more so like a field corn,
dent corn.
a dent corn that you would use for your cornmeal, your grits, and all that different kind of stuff.
You can eat it fresh, though.
Yeah, you can. Of course, I am gonna actually come on in and pick a few and roast
when it's young. Yeah.
When it's young, yes. So we really plant this corn here on this homestead simply just for grain storage, just to make something to eat, because we all know what time we are in. So just planting stuff that can last long term. Keep
and
that in mind.
outside of refrigeration.
Okay? Yes, and so that is the kind of stuff that you want to more so look for when you're getting ready to plant stuff that you can store, which is your corn, your beans, and pumpkins, your different kind of stuff. Okay, I did do a video on that with us, stuff that you can save for long term. You want to go ahead and check that out if you want to see what that was. But guys, nonetheless, that is it right there. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of y'all for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And I just want to say peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Have a blessed day.